The taunting penalty the other night with Tony Corrente, the official, you had a run-in with him when you were playing, which I found really interesting. Explain that to the audience.
Sure. First, I did not agree with that call. I don't think that's why that rule was put in place, because of staring at the sideline from 30 yards away. Sorry, that's just not what it was there for. It's not the video the NFL showed us before the year to explain it. It's not. They're going, outside the lines on that. But yes, I had a game and it was San Francisco 2005 and got hit really late, after a play. I mean, like maybe as late as I ever was hit in my NFL career, and nothing was called. And I kind of looked back at him and as I was running, I went, what the hell? That was a late hit. That's like all I said. Ran off the field. And now as you come back on the next drive, it's commercial break, right? The referee usually gives you some warnings about like when he's going to blow the whistle and start the clock. So it happened once. I'm kind of sitting around and Gruden's talking to my ear and I'm looking at him and the guys are talking to the huddle and he just blows the whistle. And I turn around. I'm like, oh my gosh. All right. Hey, West right slot, 72Z, bingo, you split. All right. It goes on. We have a timeout or something like maybe a minute or two later. And the same thing happens. And it happened, I believe, 3 different times until I finally went up to him to the next commercial break and I said, why aren't you giving me a warning? Can I get a warning before we come back from break here? That's kind of standard protocol. They kind of look at you and go, hey, get your guys ready, call your play, I'm going to blow the whistle. That's kind of how it goes. Every team, every ref, every game all year. And he looked at me and he said, are you going to apologize for what you said earlier? And I mean, the competitor wanted to be like, would you get the hell out of my face? And I'd like to really say some 4-letter words to you, but I didn't want to be ripped off by him for the rest of the game and not him call other penalties. So I went, I'm sorry about that. And then he said, okay, I'll give you your warnings back. And to me, that he's always bothered me. There's a lot of talk like that around him. You heard Brian Greasy, even during the telecast, say he had his run-ins with, Tony Corrente. A lot of people have.
Do you think he
gets a little personal?
Do you think he made contact on purpose Monday night? Cassius Marsh.
It appears that way. I mean, it appears that way. The whole thing is weird. As I've argued on the show, like I'm all for this rule. I've been one that's defended it because I am a behind the these are role models. The kids watch this. And like the aspect of what we wanted out of the game was like the 40-yard run down the sidelines and the defender makes a tackle 40 yards down the field and he gets up and he stands over him. He's like, yeah, I tackled you. I know you almost got a touchdown, but I tackled you. Or, the receiver who catches a 3-yard route and now the DB tackles, he stands over him and puts his man junk in his face. Like, look, I dominated you for 3 yards. Oh my gosh. That's got to go. Like that, I'm all for that. This is not what the rule's for. I mean, again, and, like I said on PFT with Foria, how do you know he wasn't looking at his mom in the second row and just going like, look at me, Mom? I mean, to me, that was just like unnecessary, and that's where common sense has been lost by the referees in the NFL, in my opinion.
Yeah, but the NFL didn't take any action against Tony Corrente. And to me,
no, of course
initiates, it's almost like he was trying to draw a charge. Like, come on.
Right.
And then he throws the flag as soon as contact is made that he initiated.
Yes.
You can throw the flag for taunting. I had no problem with that. But you throw it a couple of seconds earlier when the taunting actually happens. I had a real problem with that. And you know what? He's not going to be disciplined by the NFL. They're going to be like, no,
of course
let's
not.
just move on. Get into the weekend. Everybody will forget about this. Hey.
Right, that's right. The NFL's never made a mistake ever in the history of their lives. They've never made a mistake.
Wow.
I know.
They can still come after you. They can come after your benefits.
Yeah, you're right. They could.